Welcome back here on the spot with Ghkwaku. We are back again. I think this is our second or third interview this year. We went on a break, but we are back. We're here to bring you the best of the best in entertainment, interviews, events, and all that. I was also the Jioguma. Someone named Dada, Blogger of the Year, RTP Awards, Women's Choice Awards, Blogger of the Year. More to come. I mean, your favorite blogger. When I step through, you know how it goes. So I'm here with my man, Morganah Ghana. We're about to have a conversation. Charlie, I'm telling you, this guy, he's a different guy. And so, Bibi Ebe can be a man fan of personal. You know, be an the personality. If you follow the music, the talent is what is important. You know, that's what I'll urge you to, focus on. Until we're about to have a conversation, stay tuned, stay logged here. Ghkwaku TV on the spot with your man, Ghkwaku and Morganah Ghana. We're about to go live. Okay, so like I said, we're about to have a conversation with the man, Morganah Ghana. You know, I told you, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be different from all the interviews you've seen around the whole year. I know that for a fact. And let's get inside. Charlie, Bibi Aboko. Charlie, the guy is speak you. But first, first impression. Me who, like anybody at all, we have our own opinions about things. To me, Michelle say na me who no appearance, no Ghana for say you know how it is. They start judging you. You have this piercing, you have this thing. What's going on? What's up?
Okay, make a talk say a lot of people don't actually see me before. Probably through either your platform, they'll get to know me. But everything you are seeing here, I go talk say this is God's direction. Yeah, and I believe that I have a certain calling and a certain purpose, and in between that purpose, this be how God they tell me say make a look before I be able to just send my message across right. So this be how far that's why the main reason why they look the way they look right now. Yeah, but it's purposely for commercial and for the for the job, for the craft, for the content. Because me, I'm very particular in the kind of things I create. You get me? So I just feel like this be hard just for people to look to be able to just portray my craft out there. Basically.
You say God, it be God will show you the way. So how did God, you know, appear? Obi because God appeared in my dreams. How did your own start? Where did you get the revelation?
Okay, I will talk say honestly speaking, like about a couple of years ago, I lost my best friend, like my best friend, and that was when the signs started. But this very year, 2020, my be who say I've come to realize for a fact that the whole year 2020 is actually a spiritual shift for the whole world. And what I'm saying here is I know that there are a lot of more people like myself that is actually going to understand what I'm coming from. But I mean, and I'm saying this categorically that 2020 be a spiritual consciousness shift for the world, and I'm stating this categorically that this very year a lot of people that are able to align themselves to be able to suit into this spiritual awareness. People like that come to a point in life where they have experienced their worst points, and it was a turning point for them, and such people also have actually attained the biggest imagination of them at times. So I'm certain that this whole year, from the COVID-19 to elections to the NSAS that happened from Ghana, me from Nigeria, and the election, the US election, and COVID-19, I believe that this is a spiritual message from the Supreme Being saying to the world that we have to be united based on love and peace. Yeah, this is what I believe.
Okay. So you stated like I mean some of the signs that show say it's a turning point in spiritual aspects, they border on the answers and or are there more? There's more to it than just the COVID-19 and all that.
There's more to what we see than just NSAS. There's more to what we see than COVID-19, and there is more to what we see than the US election that actually happened. Because at the point everybody thought Trump was so much in control. But God, they won't tell the world that wherever a group of people actually find themselves and actually bind themselves with love and peace and start to do something positive, it will surely come to pass no matter who is in charge. Yeah, so and the same thing, the same thing with the COVID. Yo, it's just a sign, to unify the world. Say the COVID thing started. It was a message to the world where every single soul has to be indoor and refine themselves through them. So everybody was on a lockdown, and as well, like I don't if there could be some sort of change or some sort of search. A lot of people has encountered themselves, has find God through them, and that's how they believe. Yeah.
I think you have a point. You have a point. I mean, Eric or call lockdown. I mean, he went spiritual. He went Mpai bono, omo bo mpai, bo mpai. But do you believe in prayers?
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I believe. What I don't believe is, what I don't believe in is, our usual way of prayer. Say, yeah, like this. Let me say our Christian friends. They think they have this mindset that, when you go into church and you kneel down and you start praying. That is the only way of prayer. But no, that is not. There are many forms of prayer, and someone can, like with me. What I do, I don't pray out loud, but I just sit down and communicate to God through myself with silence. And of course, calmness and silence is a superpower, and it's real, man.
But do you go to church?
Oh, nah, stop going to church.
Why? And when?
Okay, I won't mention name. There's this pastor that actually made me start to realize things, start to see church stuff in a certain way. And one thing I've also come to realize categorically also is that, the church concept, the religious concept, is just like probably somebody like me where you realize the real truth. And the truth be say, once you align yourself with yourself and you find God through your mind, you be able to control God. You can be able to do anything. You can be, me, I did yesterday, bro. I go feel heal you.
Like, I know they look sick now.
No, no. I mean,
If are they sick?
I mean, say if you the
If I
sick,
get COVID, you go feel.
I don't be doctor. I don't know anything about. I do believe that I've actually aligned myself with certain source where if you they here you believe in whatever they tell you and you have some sickness and you believe say what they can do to you, you go heal. If you believe in it, it go happen and you go heal life and colored. And they mean say it has to be a certain pastor or it has to be said. All you need to do is find yourself and talk to God through your spiritual self in alignment to God, and everything will be added to you, man. That boy said it. The Bible says, "Seek first the kingdom of God." There's this kingdom of God we are talking about. There's somewhere for anywhere. The kingdom of God, they one are inside. The heaven where they talk about, be say, I get money, I go Cuba with plenty girls, with plenty bitches, I dey chill to that. That be the heaven that they talk about. Say your mind is at peace and you are happy in full unconditional love. That be just the heaven they talk about. But people, in the Asian, people feel say this be a new Africa, and I know say what I talk about right now there are a lot of more people like me who will start, preaching this whole thing. And we won't come in the form of wearing ties, in the form of church or whatever. But this is how we will look and be able to preach the gospel. Yeah.
So you believe say there's no heaven? Heaven in there was as way so, and we've started enjoying.
Yeah, the heaven I'm telling you about right now, Shatawale is in heaven. Shatawale is in heaven.
How?
Shatawale is everything he thinks about, he gets it. Whatever he wish, it happen. This Shatawale there right now, it's okay. I want fly to Ibiza on Tuesday, bro. The wish is will be instantly fulfilled. That means you did, man. That be heaven. There's no.
So there's no extra. Say nyankopon be ba ben be bo. I'm obia be wu. I'm obia ko. That belief you don't believe in it. So you believe into who are where are you going?
Oh man, we dey reincarnate. The world they be there at large. We be source of energies. We are energies. Ask me right now we dey here. The only thing that is real is things that don't change. Those are the things that are real. For instance, peace, love, the way you talk, yourself. You know, things like, if you want to go to heaven, if you die for me, I'm waiting to see who actually go die, where he come back. With him, I want testify him. I don't want they say. Oh. I never hear anybody will go come tell me say, brother, there's heaven there somewhere, hell there anywhere. Oh. Me and you there here. If you die, you know, come back again. So that speech say, hey, no, I know they believe in that one. I know see I know they, no.
So the Ghana pastors like Obinim, like Duncan Williams, like you don't believe say they are actually from God or anything like that.
I believe this is what I'm saying. Every human being, you don't need a certain title to say you are from God. Every human being that's able to find himself and align his or her energy to his or her supreme being has found God. You don't need any accreditation. Then probably if you like, for me, for instance, I know that I found God, and it's my purpose to actually share and spread this gospel like I'm doing now. So now it is now left for me to say, it's okay, let me accomplish that mission through maybe a church, or through music, or through streets. So my own, I'll be like, no, okay, I don't go do them through church, but I go do them through music. And that'll be how come they release my music video with the go cycle, and that music, if you go here,
We go talk about it. That's long there. Me, I listen to it. We go talk about it in detail. But I mean, the spiritual things, it be like it they kick me, be like that. I don't know if you really get to me, but it they kick me. But I mean, all these things, at which point you said you lost somebody special and all that, but I mean, at which point did you come to the realization, put everything together, to actually decide, say, let me step away from all the beliefs of the people, you know, they believe in a certain God, they believe in a certain death of Jesus Christ and all that. At which point was the turning point?
okay, I be somebody, I've always been occupied with questions. If somebody say 1 plus 1 is equal to 2, I want to know why 1 plus 1 be 2. And you better give me a reason why 1 plus 1 be 2. So initially I was looking for, certain things just weren't matching up. There'll be some quotations in the Bible, and there are certain things said by certain people. What someone say, if you want to put your logical mind around it, it just doesn't add up. So by so doing, the question still remains the same. But anytime you want to approach, they just tell you that, okay, you don't have to say it, but all you need to do is believe. So all this thing they were saying, it was the key, but it wasn't. They weren't telling us how they're supposed to tell us. They just let us, and they won't give us the right answers to the reason why you have to just believe and have faith. They're just saying that you just believe. But after my research, I have now understand why they are saying believe and have faith and it will work. So with me, back to your question, you were saying that why is it that like I think this whole thing doesn't really work like that. And I'm saying now, there was a point in my life where after, like I said, my best friend died. At that point, I felt so lonely, and I began asking myself a lot of questions. And now, this is how the whole thing works. Once you begin asking yourself, not somebody else, once you begin asking yourself a lot of questions, some way, somehow, the universe and God actually, start to answer you through the same way you think, and based on your thoughts. Turning points for me actually be say, you see, there was a time, as I played SHS, there was this friend of mine, he's called Yazid. This being first tattoo I have for her. This being name and the date he died. So, in as much as I have
Bema now, ba.
Bema, yeah. So in as much as I have a lot of questions, the day he died, I'm like, there's no one like that so close to me ever that actually has died. So the death actually went like I'm like, yo, like in my wildest dream, I'll ever think someone like that out of my will pass. So instantly, that be where I started. That's why I felt like God has started answering my question based on the little thoughts. I think the church, they know, anytime I go church, they don't they really give me the reasons, like the main reason or the main pivot where the Christianity they stand up to find yourself. So I wasn't getting the right answers. So I come to the street, and the street. Too. Some people will tell Charlie, if you go Benin, Charlie, you go see things. If you go north, you go say you go north, some broom they hang for somewhere. And me, you see things like that, they trigger me. In fact, I really, really want to see with my eye how the broom is hanging there. Oh. So once you start telling me conversation like that, I'll find the trip right now for us to go and show me what you have seen that day. So I follow boys. Yeah, with some of the test things.
You go Benin.
Man, I go north, I go Benin, I go Togo. If you go there, the thing that they end up telling you is that, oh, your belief is not so strong, so the thing they work like that. It's all thing they add up. So when everything started dawning on me was when I began to spend time with myself in darkness, alone. That be when it all started dawn on me. How the reason why they say you should believe. And bro, prayer, belief, patience. These things be the main spiritual alignment of every human being. And with the pastors and everything, everybody you talk about, they have seen these keys. This be the ultimate. You see, there are three types of truth in this world. There are assumed truth. There are truth where somebody they say where it be true. But there are truth where no matter what you do, whether you go up, come back, it be true. And this is the truth that I tell you today. Say a lot of people has found it, and then some of them really want to build something around it, so they forgo in the way of church. Some to like us, we to they see and say, okay, music be the way we to go preach on our own, so they take the music part. Traditionalists people and everybody they take once you have the key and you believe in it, they work out. You just have to find an alignment with your supreme source. The person they anywhere, whoever it is, whether animal, spirit, house, pure water, such as rubber, God. If God can now say, okay, being be God, every human being go doubt him. Yeah. Say, are you really God? Even make it come in, nobody know God for anywhere. Yeah. The God will they seek for the one herself.
So, from what you're saying, you're trying to say, Obi Oho the Nediatia, sorry, because he found himself. Until also then you preach it through music. Straight. I mean, this one is not. I'm not supposed to break it down for you to understand. Or can it you? Or can it brothel? It's. I told you this conversation will be different, Charlie. Let's go into the music. I told you. Say he'll talk about everything, every aspect of his life. To see, try Hennessy. But me just say I'm your currency because he do rasta, so you people go say he did some way. But we will talk about it. NSC no way on a Sunday afternoon. He go explain why. But let's go to the music. At which point did you decide say okay, let me put everything aside? I don't know if you put everything aside and I say at which point music started for you?
Okay, actually, I didn't even start doing music because I know how to do music. Let me start by saying that the last time I was telling a friend of mine that I have done a lot of analysis in Ghana music industry, and this is what I have come to find out. There are a lot of people in this industry that has money, but they only see the industry top. There are a lot of people that yo.
Oh boy, say how much you?
So like I was saying, I said I've done a lot of analysis, and this is what I have come to realize, that in this Ghana music industry, not just Ghana, wherever in the world, there are people in the game that has money, but they only sit up. There are people in the game that has talent, but they only sit up. There are people in the world in the game that has connects, link up, contacts, bad ones, but they still don't sit up. This they make you understand, say, the music, it's not for play anymore. Now, coming back to the main question, now why music? I didn't even started saying that I want to do music because if you say I give you some wicked bars right now, no, I don't really do that one. I started as a vlog guy. I like creating like video content. I wanted to be like a YouTuber. But the guy that my guy that actually was producing the song, that was like Trick Beat. He was like, yo, man, the mind you get and the kind of brand you want to start the YouTube there, man, as you say, you have something where for take do music. I'm like, mommy, I never tried music. How are they go start music? Yeah. Where they're coming to the guy, it's all about music there. It's just about alignment and be in the zone and make it come out. And I just try. So after he give me the key, I'm like, okay, something, this thing, you could just try. I have like a lot of numbers on Facebook. So I'm like, okay, let me just try this whole music thing with something. And so I just tried the whole thing with a certain song called "We Go Fuck and Fuck Up," and
Go. We go. We go censor that part. We go.
yeah. So the song, I said no. Okay, so right now, as I released that song, and that song, it wasn't really about some bad.
When was that?
That was like I think like last year, 2019, like early last year. And that song, it wasn't like any wicked bar or anything. I just, come up with some word and I blend it. I'm like, oh, yo, people are feeling the vibe. So that was when it dawned on me that, yo, your music now, it's not really about certain things. All you need to do is that make sure and know that what we are doing here or the music business is spiritual. And anybody that take calmness, if I say spiritual, if you watch right now, I forget. If you now you sit down and watch, the people will actually them take the music and treat it not as business but as spiritual. Then they sit up past the people where they think say they do business and they think say they get talent, So with me, so I just did don't okay right now as I align myself with my source and I find myself and when I see my body say yo I can be able to do anything that I set my mind to because I'm a god on my own. Fuck it, let me just try music. And as I try, I still say, oh no man, this thing never go fit do one. You get me? So that be how come I got inspired and so the official thing that they can start with be this very song with the go cycle. And the reason for the song with the go cycle is this. Anybody that has started or has have an encounter with this spirituality I'm talking about, which is finding themselves, once you have an encounter with that, you began to do things awkward. You began to do things this guy he be okay. Like you began to do things as if you're a psycho. So this and mind you, people that act as if they're psychos, people that society regards as if they are psychos, they are mad, they are gangsters. These are the actual people that God, the supreme being, are using to save the world. So
Yeah.
this is my mission. Oh yeah, this is my mission, man.
Me, I strongly also believe say people are psycho, but yes, still, I mean, they present themselves differently. I want to know why you chose to, Obi shower. You have rings, you have your NSC bottle. I mean, you have your how many tattoos do you have?
My mission.
What do you tobacco? Baby. Men number
Just how many tattoos do you have?
Yeah, how many?
Honestly, I can't count. I don't know, like about I think like eight like or nine or something. Like have
You all have definitions, reasons.
man. But don't worry, that one will be for another discussion. I'll show you the main reason behind every single tattoo I do. Yeah, so
Okay, so I mean, why do you decide? I mean,
look like this.
you pierce your nose twice, all of that. Obi who Obeka say, oh yeah, Illuminati boy, and I say, oh yeah, you know, any random, start calling you all sort of names. Why do you decide? Say,
Okay, like I said, you see this spirituality, the spirituality I'm talking about. When it starts to dawn on you, you begin to see yourself differently. And one of the key main thing that comes with it is creativity. Because let me say this word here again. I want you to understand that we are creative natures created by the creator to be able to co-create and create this world. So I believe that in my own small world, once I look like this and begin to talk to you, you would know that, or you would actually give me your mind and be able to punch over whatever this guy has to say. Because, for instance, if I look like, I look like some Dankard, I like say something like you. Hi, you like the Fresh Prince. You like this, be the guest, you know what I'm saying? But, as even if I not talk, if I can't pass your phone, says, it go down on you, which guy this? Then
when we do record self, as we park for the security guy, they watch you like that. Say, but that one be different story.
people say if they come up for car inside like of me. Oh yeah, they say if they did the car inside with me, they'll go get accident for the top there, so they for drop and say them and say, oh yeah.
That's another thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, like real shit, like I tell you, like real shit. And this be how it for day.
But why? But why you decide say no? Me, I'm not removing any tattoo. I'm not removing any piercing or anything. Which this is how I want to be.
The main reason I'm looking like this is because I have a purpose, and the purpose is that I want to change the world. And by looking like this, it's like a red dot. Once you can see any like guys like you pass one guy can pass two guy, but once I can pass, you will talk say who this? Now that who this question, if I begin to talk to you and say certain things to you, you probably will just be like give me a listening ear. But if like I look at some normal random guy, probably you know go actually really give me the reasons why you forgive me your attention to be able to hear from you, get me? So
But
basically that's what
Aquaboa is normal. Why be Sako there doesn't have tattoo.
yeah.
I mean, there are so many people.
Yes.
Yeah, and we still get their message.
Exactly. So like I'm saying, this is now look at it from this point. I'm being real here.
Yeah.
We are in a scope of an industry of an amazing talent, an amazing creative guys. This is this very era that we are now. Is we are in the business of dealing with people's mind. So at the end of the day, what do you have to bring to the table? Sarkodie, Shatta, Stoneboy, and this, legends, they've built them a brand and everything already. Now, the reality here is that, like I said, now we are coming. So I need to come up with setting brand, whereby once you see me, you know, okay, this is the guy. This is just my personal strategy I'm using to come up with my own way, because I know that in as much as we are running the same run, it's there's a lot of creative competitors in there, that at the end of the day, once you're also creative, you follow the race, man. Yeah.
I think you have a solid point. I mean, he gave a scenario. Me, I can come and pass here 50 times. The girl sitting there, make you no turn the camera. The girl sitting there, you know, go mind me, self. A shot, we are some. I mean, but it be okay. I mean, let's go on to back onto the music. The new one, you released it earlier this year.
Yeah, so I released the sound 1st January 2020,
Okay.
and everything I said in the song came to pass, came to reality. Yeah, so this is another testimony directed to me by God that I'm on the fucking right path, man. Yeah.
So the video is going to translate everything in the song.
Everything to meaning. The video, like I said, like I was telling you, because we believe in whatever we are dealing with, we actually the one puts a certain video out there that if you see, you will say no, this is not just anything. We actually made. So the video I want to release on 1st January 2021. It'll be a New Year gift to the world and to Ghana for myself, man.
But why do you wait for so long? Like, I mean, you released the song in January. Now the video is coming on the the year after.
Yeah, sure.
Why?
This is the reason. Like I said earlier, there are lots of people in this industry that has talent, that has money, that has link up, and they are still not know the sit up, and all they bought down because of planning. One thing about me is that I cherish the things I create a lot, and that is how come if I'm about to even the cycle. Imagine before I release the song, I hyped the song alone before releasing it for 4 months before I released the sound. And I released the sound 1st January 2020, and I'll be releasing the video a year after. So that for make you understand the kind of crafts that I want to put in now. It's not just about creating. No, no, no. It's like you are cooking a food, man. You have to enrich it. Get time for it. Ingredients. Let it come out well. Yeah, so with me, I don't rush my stuff. I know that I'm working smart and I'm working according to how I want to, and that's the best way I want to work out. Yeah.
Okay, so what genre of music would you say you do?
Okay, what I'm doing is hip hop, but then one thing I mean is that I don't want to limit my music is music, and once it's spiritual, all I need to do is that I step in a certain zone and I make my audience put them in a certain vibe where they feel good, and that's all. It might come from any genre, whatever that the soul wants, man. I don't really once I'm in the spirit and I want to do this, that is what I want to do, and that's what I'll do. It doesn't matter the particular genre. All I know is that I'm preaching my message through my music, and the music is the general point.
So, like I said, he has a new song coming. I mean, a video coming. The song is already out. Charlie, if you listen to the song, I don't want to give anything away, but it's different. You just go and listen to it. What's the title?
With a good cycle.
With a go cycle. Just Google it. I mean, Morganah Ghana with a go cycle, and then listen to the song. The video, translate everything that's in the song properly for you to understand. But then for now, what they could see what platforms is the song on?
So the song is on every platform: Audio Mark,
Okay.
Apple Music, Spotify, like Tidal, like
All the
where
digital
digital
platforms.
platforms.
Morgana Ghana with the go cycle. Make we go cycle. Me when I go cycle, nobody go feel handle me, but you will be cool. So, are you looking in the future? I know somebody will say, oh, me, I know they see the music awards people. I know they see these award schemes. They are fake. They are this and that. Are you looking to achieve some awards, recognitions, and all that?
Well, like I said, I, of course, in a quest of creating a content, in a quest of creating a craft, that I think, like I said earlier, everything I create, I cherish them and I think about it, and through several instances before I release them. So within the quest of creating my personal craft, that I think that okay, this is holy and this is spiritual and this is what I feel like I want to create out there. And the board, the music industry or the awards, these are there are people behind, there are minds behind the scheme and everything. So if these people just think that okay, what this guy is preaching, what this guy is creating is worth the awards and they want to get, of course, why not? I'll be humbled, but I do believe and I know and I know, and I know, and I know, and I know, and
I
I
know
know,
six
and
times.
I know that,
Seven.
and I know
Eight.
that, and I know, and I know,
That be 10.
yeah, that I'm about to dominate the Ghana music industry. I don't know, I don't care who they here before me, who I'm about to meet, or whatever protocol. All I know in my mind and in my soul is that I'm about to create a content that will dominate the Ghana music industry in a positive way, man.
Straight.
Yeah.
Just straight like
Yeah,
that.
oh, yeah, yeah. Oh,
Mm.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, Morgana Ghana. He's about to dominate.
Yeah.
All the Shattawales, all the Stone Boys, all the
My lord.
Sarkodie, all the manifests. You for pack yourselves. Or Monshemu Sapo Mudin, Insio or whatever. You just be aggressive or whatever it is. Just look out for Morgana Ghana.
Yeah.
I mean, Emfan says,
Yeah.
no wildest thoughts. Is it possible you could do gospel?
Gospel to me is preaching the truth. And of course, yeah, of course, everything about me is the truth, and I'm willing to preach the truth every time. So yes, of course.
No, can't, let's fuck in the gospel.
Is
No,
it?
sometimes people, how they translate whatever it is gospel. This is gospel. That's gospel. Maybe you have your own translation.
What I want to tell the world is that this is very necessary, and this is from God, and I'm saying this from God directly. Whatever you are doing in this world, whatever respect you have, whatever status is here, the number one priority of every human being is to be yourself. Be yourself. And me being myself is that I'm a mixture of a lot of energies. And these energies, as you see me, I'm very entertaining and I can be very spiritual. I'm very sarcastic and I can be very kind and I can be very, very polite and I can be very loving. I can be very rough. It's just me. I have different me, man, where I can actually switch into in terms of creativity. So me not me doing a music about a vibe, creating a vibe, say oh, make a fucking doesn't mean that that is wrong or whatever. It just means that at that point, the good guy has just entered into a very particular zone of himself where he thinks he wants to create a vibe like that for his followers to just vibe with. So I don't see anything wrong with that. So I can do anything. I can do gospel. I can do freak shit. I can do fuck it. I'm just giving
Ode, face your honor. He can do anything. That's all in the nutshell. Okay, so what would be your dream collaboration? I know it would be difficult for the kind of vibe that you have. I'm trying to picture who or who can jump on your song. Let's go psycho, and I can't really think of any yet. Maybe you can state that for me.
Well, my future collaborations, I'm looking forward to featuring and collaborating with every artist that is creating their content out of spirituality and they're being themselves and they're preaching the truth, and that's what I stand for.
And who are some of the artists you see doing that so far?
Oh, so far, to me, every single artist that you, as a blogger here, every artist that you've heard that is, is dominating or is reigning now, probably is on the right path. And like again, if you're not on the right path, you won't be shining. It is there. So Kwame Eugene, Shatta Wale, Stoneboy, Sarkodie, all the guys that you can possibly hear their name, Kelvin Boy, all these guys, they are doing the thing spiritually. So of course, such people, I wouldn't actually once you're spiritual and I see say okay no, you'd actually fuck in the part at the fuck in, you go fuck up.
Yeah, we go fuck up. But have you so far? Do you have in your circles, met a couple of these guys?
No. I've not met these guys. Like I said, every person then the way you go like move. Me, I be
Maybe they
somebody.
chill. Sometimes they go Bloomba and those
I be
things. You
some,
go meet some of them.
me. I be somebody. I be very introvert. You see the way they see me. Be probably everybody will see, oh, this guy go like partying and I be somebody. Once I got my girl for my side, I have my one guy at the church. We just go somewhere, go chill, have fun, smoke, drink booze, can't base my. So wherever it's a lot of crowding, a lot of the game. But if it is, there's a bit of industry there, be business. There's one point where you go actually go out, go. So yeah, it will come. Those things they will come. But like I said, me everywhere they move, everything I dey do, I dey move according to the way I want to move. So once I feel like okay, this year I go figure everything I want to do. Or I want, I get it.
Yeah, that's the words of a god. I mean, yeah. So, I mean, we are getting to the close to the end of the conversation. Um, what message do you have for the people out there? Getting to the closing stages of this.
The message I have for everyone out there is that make sure say whatever you dey pursue, you forsake God, you forsake yourself, and you for find yourself, and that be the only way peace and love go fit reign the whole world. And I believe say surely we will get tired of hating each other, and peace, love, and compassion will dominate the world someday. That be what I dey believe.
And based on your experience, anybody looking up to you, your movement, your fans, you know, what would you encourage them to do? Those that look up to you, would you urge them to follow your steps, or they should also find their own ways?
I have, on social media, like I have a lot of messages from fans out there. Hey, Morganah, I want to be you. I want to be like you. I want to be like you. And I tell them, yo, I am me, and I am original me, and you are you, and you are original you. And like I said at the beginning of this interview, the main purpose of every human being is to be themselves. Everyone has a purpose. Everyone has their unique side. So just find yours and pursue it fearlessly and confidently.
Charlie, those are some powerful words. Like I for no sign ourselves. You get me? Because fearfully, okay, then,
Confidently.
and confidently, just follow your path within yourself. You know you can do it. I mean, so we've been having a conversation with Morganah Ghana. This is on the spot with Ghkwaku TV. If you've not subscribed, make sure you do so right now. Click the notification button, turn it on. Every content that we put up, you'll be the first to see it. So many things. We are entering December, November near one year, December. Inti one inside the air no. Baby rapper like beba. Bibi. So stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and Morganah and so be dropping a new song. This conversation there, we are not done. No. This one is just yeah, proper anymore. There's so many Benin conversation. You can't be when him say a call Benin na, a honor yenyen kra. And then ya back to Ghana. Flight ebi mo Barbados or mo free the train. Airbus Echo Barbados, but so we'll get into that conversation better when this video is out to make sure we'll get onto another conversation, however it goes. So I mean, subscribe like I said, and let me give you the opportunity to say some last words, some shout outs.
All right, okay. Shout out to God. Shout out to my friends, my family, my we dey go cycle movement, killers. You know, shout out to everybody wey dey support the movement bluntly and unconditionally. Like I said from the beginning, mark am for where water no go touch. We dey come dominate. We dey come dominate. We dey come dominate.
The domination is the PowerPoint, no. So I mean, we're here. Stay tuned. Catch us next time. My man Eric Aqua is here. My camera guy he be new, so I go give you a name later. So bless.